November 8th, 2013. Super Typhoon Haiyan hits the Philippines as the strongest storm ever recorded at landfall.
It's worse than we first knew.
This super typhoon is so devastating because it reached peak wind strength right before hitting land.
I think all of us have been shaken by the images of the devastation wrought by Typhoon Haiyan.
The typhoon affects an estimated 14 million people, resulting in over 6,000 deaths, 30,000 injuries, and the displacement of over 4 million people. 500,000 homes are completely destroyed. Greg Secker's family friend is Rosario Sinico, who is originally from Lemery, a remote area of the Philippines. She now lives in London, but her family, including her 2 brothers, Norman and Gennaro, still live in the town they grew up in. During the storm and communications blackout, she is sick with worry.
Hindi kami manalo, wala kami panaguan. Malupadan ang akong kabataan sa nagalupad yasin.
Luckily, both her brothers survived the storm, but lose their homes and livelihood in the aftermath.
They are without food, without drinkable water.
Ability of a developing healthcare crisis.
The Philippines is extremely vulnerable.
So everything's wiped out.
There is no power.
The cost of all this damage could be as high as $14 billion.
A nearby chapel serves as a makeshift morgue.
I'm very happy because I'm alive.
Witnessing the utter devastation, the Greg Secker Foundation immediately decides to help and builds 2 brand new homes for Rosario's brothers within 6 months.
Sakit ka 10 wheelers ka truck ang ginatag niya ng material.
2 years on, and the residents of Lemery have not yet recovered from the tragedy. With limited resources, the houses destroyed by the typhoon are still not rebuilt, and most villagers are now sadly living in shanties or temporary shelters. Given the lack of progress across the region to date, Greg and the foundation team make a decision to re-engage with the project and take their commitment to a much greater level to improve the lives of the wider community, launching the Build a House, Build a Home, Restore a Community project. With the help of a number of local residents, including student engineers and architects, the foundation has created a fantastic and challenging vision to build an entire village with structures capable of withstanding future typhoons. One of the most important aspects of the project is community, with a focus on the people whose lives will be changed for the better. On a previous visit to the area in April 2014, Greg met an 8-year-old girl named Fatima, who had been living with a debilitating cancerous growth on the side of her hip. Bullied by the other children at her school, Fatima was struggling to get an education. Greg was so moved by her bravery and determination that he organized for Fatima to have immediate surgery to remove the growth.
Dala namon sa ospital kag pagkadason nga adlaw ginooperahan.
She made a full recovery and now, 18 months later, enjoys a rich and fulfilling school life.
Maka-eskwela na siya, makahampang.
Another member of the local community desperately in need is Sabet. Sabet moved to Lemery to escape her abusive husband.
Uli natakaan ako, ginakanistigoy ako, pati mga bata ako ginakastigoy man.
She and her 6 children lost their home in the typhoon, and their current shelter leaks when it rains. They have to cook outside, and there are no toilet facilities.
Gusto ko nga makakuan kabalay, nga masipti man ako mga kabataan.
In December of 2015, just before Christmas, Greg and the foundation visited the area again to gain a better perspective of the scale of the project and meet with the construction team face to face.
It's a beautiful location, isn't it?
A beautiful location, but obviously it is a challenge developing this.
It's a lot of work to do. It's a hell of a lot of work, hey? You know, we'll see this, and then in a few months' time, it'll look nothing like this. Nice to meet you.
Greg spent time with Sabet and other beneficiaries to better understand their plight and what the new village needs to be beyond just buildings in order to make a real impact on their quality of life.
Nice to meet you.
Greg also met with the community and town's officials to answer questions about the development.
We intend to build a training center. So we want to try and bring some first world education and entrepreneurial skills to the community and allow them to interact with commerce, probably mostly online. And so we are going to build a state-of-the-art training center.
What would be our role in the implementation of the project?
The main thing we're looking for from the government is assistance with road development.
Ano ang kriteria sa mga tao na dapat maka-avail sila ng pabahay?
Priority is for people that have lost their homes and are not in a situation where they can re-establish themselves easily and are therefore suffering at this current time. That is the priority right now.
Finally, the trip was also an opportunity to visit old friends, including Norman and Gennaro, for whom the initial 2 houses were built. Both brothers are enjoying the safety and security afforded by their new homes and keen to help with the new initiative in any way that they can. And of course, there was time to catch up with Fatima and her family, who are still living in a temporary shanty under the threat of eviction, to deliver Christmas gifts and the news that they will be beneficiaries of one of the new homes.
Good.
How about you? Hello. Good to see you again.
The Greg Secker Foundation is committed to creating a thriving environment for victims of the typhoon that devastated Lemery.
Fatima, this is the house we're going to build you.
Wala sa ako nung nauna, o kung sa dalamguanon ko, nga mahuman, ini nga balay, nagihatag lang sa isa katawo nga mamo.
The Greg Secker Foundation Village Project is not simply about building new houses, but about creating a sense of community and security amongst the local beneficiaries, as well as providing a program of skills-based training alongside the Department of Agriculture and Social Welfare. This project is on a scale unprecedented in our history, and we need your help. Please join us. You can find further details on what you can do to support this project at www.gregseckerfoundation.com.